In the distant future, Earth had become a member of the Galactic Alliance, an interstellar federation of planets and species. Humanity's role in this new cosmic order was primarily one of diplomacy, forging connections between species whose cultures were alien, often to a mind-bending degree. Among these alliances, none was more important than the marriage of Commander Elias Varga, a decorated human officer, to Zhyra, a regal member of the Valerians, a highly advanced and mysterious alien race. The Valerians were known for their beauty, wisdom, and peculiar relationship with time itself. Their skin shimmered with iridescent hues, and their eyes held depths that seemed to stretch across centuries. Zhyra was no exception. Her elegance was captivating, her presence almost otherworldly, and as she walked down the aisle in a translucent, glowing gown, all eyes were on her. Elias had met her during a peace summit, where their connection had been instantaneous. They shared a bond that transcended species, and their union was seen as a symbol of harmony between Earth and the Valerians. But Zhyra had a secret. In the quiet nights aboard the Solaris Dawn, Elias began to notice small, almost imperceptible changes in Zhyra's behavior. Her once vibrant personality grew distant, her laughter more infrequent. The shimmering glow that always radiated from her skin would occasionally flicker, like a dying star in the depths of space. She began spending long hours alone in their quarters, staring out at the stars, as if searching for something beyond the horizon of time. One night, while Elias lay awake beside her, Zhyra whispered words in her native tongue. The translation device embedded in her necklace was malfunctioning, so Elias couldn't understand her. But the tone of her voice was filled with fear. Curiosity gnawed at Elias. The next day, he quietly accessed her personal files through the ship's database. He knew it was a breach of trust, but his instincts told him something was deeply wrong. What he found sent a chill down his spine. The Valerians, though peaceful in appearance, harbored a dark secret. They were not bound by linear time like humans. They experienced time as a shifting entity, moving forward, backward, and even in loops. What was worse, Zhyra's future was known to her from birth. Every event, every moment, including her death, was already imprinted in her mind. And she was dying. The data revealed that Zhyra had only a few weeks left to live. Her race, while long-lived, was susceptible to a condition known as temporal dissonance, where their consciousness became untethered from their bodies. It was a slow, excruciating process that ended in their essence scattering across time itself, erasing their very existence. To Zhyra, this fate was inevitable, and she had known it even before meeting Elias. But there was more. The files revealed that Zhyra's marriage to Elias was not one of love, at least not initially. It had been a calculated move by the Valerian Council. Zhyra's death, and the subsequent energy release from her temporal dissonance, would create a ripple through time, destabilizing it in the vicinity of Earth's solar system. The resulting chaos would cripple human space travel for centuries, rendering Earth dependent on the Valerians for survival. It was a cold, strategic move, disguised as a union of peace. Elias confronted Zhyra that night. Tears shimmered in her timeless eyes as she confessed everything. She had come to love him, despite the initial deception, but her fate was sealed. "I'm sorry," she whispered, her voice trembling with emotion. "I didn't choose this, but I am bound to it." Desperate, Elias sought out any solution, consulting the most advanced minds in the Galactic Alliance, but the Valerians had made sure there was no cure. As the days passed, Zhyra's condition worsened. Time itself seemed to warp around her. At moments she appeared younger, then in an instant, ancient, as if she were slipping through the threads of her own existence. In her final moments, Elias held her hand, his heart breaking as she faded before him. "I would have chosen you," she whispered, her voice a mere echo of what it once was. And then, with a shimmer of light, she was gone, leaving behind only the haunting void where time and space had unraveled. But the secret didn't die with her. Elias knew that the Valerians' plan was still in motion. The temporal ripples had already begun. He made a vow to expose the truth to the Galactic Alliance, to prevent the catastrophe that the Valerians had set into motion. The story of Zhyra's deadly secret of love and betrayal would become legend. But Elias knew, deep down, that no matter how much time passed, he would never stop searching for a way to bring her back, to rewrite their future. And in the distant stars, time itself held its breath, waiting.